video is part of the What Would You Make playlist, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that after the first project. Project number 1, Coastal Christmas Home. So this is a home sign I got at Dollar Tree quite a while ago, and it has that kind of tropical leaf on it. And I was going through my stash, planning projects for this video, and I saw a Christmas tree. It is a tropical leaf, but I saw a Christmas tree, and I thought, how fun and whimsical would it be to transform the leaf into a tree. So welcome to my channel. I often forget to welcome you, but I do appreciate you all clicking on my channel and watching this video. I recently did a haul at the Habitat for Humanity Restore and got this pick with the berries on it and that bell ornament, plus a few other things that I'll show you in some upcoming videos. So for now, I just took apart the bell ornament. It really wasn't that difficult. I think it was handmade, but handmade well. And I pulled some berries off of that pick, and they were the perfect size. So I set the bells and berries to the side and repainted the sign. It sort of had a shiny, fake finish, so I just went over it with my Rust-Oleum lid and white chalk paint, and then some green acrylic paint to dull down the green leaf. It was a little bit too shiny and bright for Christmas. So now it's starting to look more like a tree. I'm using my hot glue gun to glue those berries and bells down. And I did go back and pull off some gold bells as well. And again, no rhyme or reason, no process, just mess with them until you like what you see. And, it's just sort of fun, and you just sort of, doing what makes you happy. It's nice to do some fun projects like this. They're not too difficult, but a really cool outcome. So I'm I'm applying Mod Podge to the top of the sign and the top of the starfish tree star there, and just sort of letting the snow fall on top there. But it wasn't super noticeable, so I did grab my glitter and pour it right on top of the snow, and that made it much more noticeable and pretty, and not over the top really. It looked good, and I just sort of poured it on there with abandon, and then picked up my wax paper, give it a little fold, and poured the rest back in the bottle. And isn't this pretty? I just love it. It's totally random, doesn't match anything else I did today, but I love it. I hope you love it too. Better look at the final review. Okay, jumping in with a little bit more information about the playlist. It's called What Would You Make? No theme, just make things with wood. It happens every month. The hosts are Connie from Connie's Woodshop and DIYs, and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. This month's guest host is May from Craft Away with May. Their channel links, as well as a link to the playlist, will be in my description box below. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the video. Project number 2, Everyday Tiered Tray. I got these they're actually called, oh my gosh, cutting boards. I think they're called cutting boards. I got them from Temu, and they were on sale, less than $4 each. And so I got a few different shapes and sizes. I did get a square one, that was $8, which I probably won't use for crafting. But these less expensive one I thought were perfect for crafting. So I just have the 2 cutting boards and this Dollar Tree candle holder. Now, I'm coming in with my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and I can't even tell you how many coats I did. Like, this was not fun to paint. So if you have a spray paint or something that you can do that you can spray the paint on instead of brush it, that would be ideal. So I just kept going in and applying more and more coats until I was happy with the coverage. And again, I'm really not. It's at least 3 or 4, maybe even 5. So this is actually kind of easy here. I'm putting down some E6000, and I sort of marked it with a pencil what would be underneath the candle holder, and then put the glue on the inside of the mark. I also put down some wood glue, because I wanted the combination. Now I did the same for the top. There's already E6000 there. And then I showed you putting the wood glue on. And I made sure it was touching those edges because there is a bit of a lip there. So you do want to make sure you don't just apply the glue in the middle when you're using those kind of candlesticks. And then I thought it would be okay just to leave it and let it set. I didn't think I needed any clamps or any heavy books or anything like that. So I have these felt leaves and felt flowers. I actually got those from Chocateur, but I purchased them off eBay. And they came in like an accessories package. So they were like felt flowers and rainbow pieces, which seems completely random, but they did come together. So I just used my hot glue to attach the flowers and leaves to each other, and then also to attach them to the candlestick in the middle there. So I took out 3 of my little mini clay pots and my box of succulents. And what do you think of this craft so far? Might it be one of your favorites? Well, stay tuned for the 3rd project and we'll see. So I had a little bit of Spanish moss there. And I thought that just gave it a bit more real look than just popping the succulent in there. And I love that middle one. It reminds me of a bonsai tree. And I love bonsai trees. So I made the 3 pots. One was a little too tall to be on the bottom, but I'll either trim it or maybe replace it with something different. But there's what it looks like on the front view, and I'll give you more views in the final review. Project number 3, Farmhouse Plant Tray. Now this project started off really cool, but when I got towards the end, I had some frustrating moments, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, I'm showing you the front becoming the back, or the top becoming the bottom. Since I chose farmhouse style for this, I decided to go ahead and paint this all black. And the way this sign worked, I could slide my paintbrush right underneath the little border there. And I showed you that I was fixing a mistake with a baby wipe, and I decided not to keep doing that because I kind of liked the little mistakes where the paint wasn't super even. Now this is going to be the top now. This is going to be covered, but I'm using a baby wipe to put some white paint in the edges and on the sides. And I come back with a smaller paintbrush to do the black. And I'm just trying to get the black-white combo of farmhouse style. And I just took my time This wood is weird. It's like that MDF kind of wood or whatever. So it took me a while to get that black paint on there. But once I did, I found all this cork in my stash. I don't know if you call them cork sheets, but it's really easy to cut, and then it's adhesive. So once you get it the size and shape you want, you can just pull off the backing. I know it is hard to get a perfect cut on anything, really. Especially for me, I seem to be very challenged in that aspect. So I'm going to come in with a rope border here in a second. And you see how easy it was to pull up that cork and then reposition it? And it is a little short on some of the edges there, so my glue gun had enough on this night, so I decided to try wood glue. At first, I just squeezed it on there, but I found that was like a little bit too messy, too much glue. So while it worked, I was having to clean up after myself a lot. So I decided to use a paintbrush for the rest of the project. And this did work okay, but I had to keep going back and pressing the rope down into the glue because, it just wanted to lift up. And then once the glue started to set, it was okay. So paintbrush for glue, in this instance, is the best option. And I do use a paintbrush a lot for glue application. It's just a little bit more precise and a little bit more cleaner. Now I had a bit of a time with the application of the handles. I got these little cabinet handles at the restore, but I just had such a hard time. I know do a pilot hole and then screw them in, but my screws weren't the right size or the right length, and what I ended up doing is I managed to get one side on it, and then for the other side I used some E6000 and a skewer, and then I clamped them. So here I am fixing my mistakes. Don't ask me why I put a hole there where I did, but I did. But I glued on the inside of the handle with the skewer and then clamped it, and I'll give you a better look at the final reveal.